Today, I'm counting down the 10 most bulletproof vehicles that will outlast your mortgage, your kid's childhood, and probably your next 3 phones. But here's the kicker. I'm not just giving you model names. I'm telling you the exact years to buy, the hidden weak points manufacturers buried in the fine print, and the maintenance secrets that separate a 300,000 mile champion from a 180,000 mile parts donor. And before we start, hit that subscribe button, because channels like mine get shadow banned all the time for exposing information the auto industry considers commercially sensitive. Let's get into it. Number 10, Mazda 3, 2014-2018. Starting at number 10, we've got the Mazda 3 with the Skyactiv engine. Now I know what you're thinking, Mazda, really? But hear me out. The 2.0 liter and 2.5 liter Skyactiv engines in these things are fundamentally different from what other manufacturers were doing. Mazda engineered these motors with a 13-to-1 compression ratio on regular unleaded fuel. And they did it without direct injection complexity that plagues modern engines. Here's what I see in my bay. Mazda 3s with 250,000 miles that still run on the original transmission, original engine internals, and haven't needed major repairs outside normal maintenance. The secret? Mazda didn't chase horsepower. They chased efficiency and longevity. But, and this is critical, you need to avoid the 2019 and newer turbocharged models. Turbochargers are failure points. The pre-turbo Skyactiv engines are the sweet spot. The Achilles heel? Carbon buildup on the intake valves after 150,000 miles, and the belt tensioner that can fail around 180,000 if you're not religious about inspections. Budget $800 for a walnut blasting service and replace that tensioner at 120,000 miles preventatively. A well-maintained Mazda 3 from 2014 to 2018 will hit 300,000 miles, but you need to baby the maintenance schedule, miss an oil change, and you're gambling. Number 9, Buick Regal, 2018-2020 final generation. Number 9 is controversial, and I'm putting it here specifically to make a point about German engineering hiding in American clothing. The last generation Buick Regal was built on GM's E2 platform, but here's the secret. It's essentially a rebadged Opel Insignia with German bones and Japanese style refinement. The 2.0 liter turbo engine in these is the GM LTG, one of the most reliable turbocharged 4-cylinders GM ever built. I've seen these cars cruise past 200,000 miles with zero engine work. The transmission, a GM-built 8-speed automatic, is shockingly durable when you use Dexron HP fluid and change it every 60,000 miles like you're supposed to. The catch? These cars are maintenance sensitive. You cannot skip services. The turbo oil feed lines need clean oil, or you're looking at a $2,500 turbocharger replacement. And the timing chain tensioner, classic GM weakness, needs monitoring after 150,000 miles. Why doesn't anyone talk about these? Because Buick killed the Regal in 2020, and now they're forgotten. But mechanics know these final gen Regals are sleepers that will outlast most of their competitors if you treat them right. Also, depreciation destroyed these cars. You can pick up a 2018 Regal with 60,000 miles for under $15,000. That's 240,000 miles of life left for used Corolla money. Number 8, Chevrolet Impala 2014-2020. Focus on 2018 plus. The Chevy Impala. And before you click off thinking I've lost my mind, let me tell you why this big, boring sedan is a 300,000 mile weapon. The 2018 and newer Impalas came with GM's bulletproof 3.6 liter V6, the LGX variant. This engine fixed every problem the earlier 3.6 had. They upgraded the timing chain components, improved the direct injection system, and added a proper oil cooler. Result, I'm seeing 2018 Impalas with 180,000 miles that haven't had a single engine code. The transmission is the Hydra-Matic 6T70, and yes, it had issues in earlier applications. But by 2018, GM had figured it out. Fluid changes every 50,000 miles, and this thing will outlast the body. Here's the insider tip. Fleet spec Impalas, the ones rental companies and government agencies bought, were built to a higher standard than consumer models. They have heavy-duty cooling systems, uprated alternators, and reinforced suspension. Find a retired police Impala or fleet car with full service records, and you've got a 300,000-mile cruiser for $12,000. The weakness? Electrical gremlins after 200,000 miles. Window regulators, door lock actuators, and the occasional instrument cluster failure. But we're talking $300 fixes, not engine rebuilds. Number 7, Ford Fusion Hybrid 2017-2020. Number 7 is where things get interesting. The Ford Fusion Hybrid. And yes, I know, Ford and reliability don't usually belong in the same sentence, but the Fusion Hybrid is the exception that proves the rule. Here's why. Hybrid drivetrains fundamentally reduce engine stress. The 2.0-liter Atkinson cycle engine in the Fusion Hybrid spends half its time off, letting the electric motor do the work. Less runtime equals less wear. I've personally worked on Fusion Hybrids with 280,000 miles where the engine still has factory crosshatch marks on the cylinder walls. The transmission's an ECT, not a belt-driven CVT like Nissan's junk. It's a planetary gear set with no clutch packs to burn out. Toyota's been using this design for decades. Ford just licensed the technology and executed it well. The ticking time bomb, the high voltage battery. After 200,000 miles, capacity drops and replacement costs $30,500. But here's the hack. Third-party remanufacturers will rebuild your pack with new cells for $1,800. Do that once and you're good for another 150,000 miles. Also, watch out for the swollen lug nut issue. Ford used a cheap 2-piece lug nut design that swells and makes wheel removal a nightmare. Replace them with solid 1-piece lugs immediately. But if you can navigate those quirks, the Fusion Hybrid will hit 300,000 miles while averaging 42 miles per gallon. That's reliability and economy. Number 6, Mazda 6, 2014-2017 Puri Turbo. Number 6, the Mazda 6 with the 2.5-liter Skyactiv engine. This is the Mazda 3's bigger, more refined sibling, and it inherits all the same mechanical advantages. Mazda built the 6 on a rigid platform with minimal body flex, which means suspension components last forever. I routinely see original shocks and struts at 200,000 miles. The engine, same Skyactiv design as the Mazda 3, is nearly indestructible when maintained. The 6-speed automatic transmission in these is one of the smoothest, most reliable units in the business. Mazda didn't use a CVT. They stuck with a conventional planetary gear set, and it shows. Fluid changes every 60,000 miles, and this transmission will outlast the car. Critical years, 2014 to 2017. Avoid the 2018 and newer turbo models. The turbo adds complexity and heat, which shortens engine life. The naturally aspirated 2.5 is the sweet spot. The downside, same as the Mazda 3, carbon buildup on intake valves after 150,000 miles. You'll need walnut blasting service. Also, the belt tensioner pulley can seize around 180,000 miles. Inspect it at every oil change after 120,000 miles. But here's the real secret. Mazda 6s depreciate like crazy because Americans are obsessed with Honda and Toyota badges. You can buy a low-mileage 2016 Mazda 6 for $8,000 less than an equivalent Camry. Same longevity, better driving dynamics, lower cost. Number 5, Honda Accord, 2013-2017 9th generation. Number 5, the 9th generation Honda Accord with the K24 engine. This is the last truly great Accord before Honda went CVT crazy. The K24 engine is legendary. Forged internals, conservative tuning, and a timing chain that actually lasts. I've seen K24 Accords with 350,000 miles on the original engine, still running compression numbers within spec. That's engineering. The 6-speed automatic in these, Honda's own design, not a CVT, is equally bulletproof. It's smooth, responsive, and doesn't care if you tow a light trailer or drive in stop and go traffic all day. Why 2016 to 2017 specifically? Honda refined the 9th gen platform in these final years. They fixed the starter motor issues from 2013-2015 and upgraded the infotainment system. You get peak reliability with modern features. The weakness? Starter motors on pre-2016 models fail prematurely, usually around 120,000 miles. Also, if you buy a 2013-2015 model, replace the transmission fluid religiously every 30,000 miles. Honda's CVT fluid claims are lies, even on their non-CVT models. But if you find a 2016-2017 Accord V6 with the 6-speed auto, buy it. That powertrain combination is a 300,000 mile guarantee. One more thing, avoid the CVT models entirely. Honda's CVT reliability is better than Nissan's, but it's still the weak link. Stick with the traditional automatic. Number 4, Lexus GS 350, 2013-2019. Number 4, the Lexus GS 350. This is where we enter the luxury tier, and the GS 350 is a mechanical masterpiece that nobody bought because Americans wanted SUVs. Under the hood, Toyota's legendary 2GR FSE V6. This engine is over-engineered to the point of absurdity. Forged crankshaft, direct and port injection, and a timing chain design that will outlast the heat death of the universe. I've never, and I mean never, seen a catastrophic failure on a 2GR engine. The platform is rear-wheel drive, which spreads drivetrain stress across the entire chassis, instead of concentrating it on the front axle like FWD cars. Result, even weight distribution and components that last 300,000 miles. Lexus build quality is insane. Panel gaps that would make a German engineer cry with envy. Sound deadening so thick you could run over a landmine and not hear it. Interior materials that don't degrade. The catches? HVAC servo motors fail around 180,000 miles, $400 fix. Water pump can leak at 200,000 miles, $600 fix. But we're talking maintenance, not catastrophic failure. Here's the insider secret. GS 350s depreciate 60% in the first 5 years because buyers want the ES or RX. That means you can pick up a 2016 GS 350 with 80,000 miles for $22,000. You're buying a 300,000 mile car for the price of a loaded Camry. And because it's a Lexus, every repair is documented, every fluid change is logged, and resale values stabilize after year 5. Number 3, Lexus S350, 2013-2018. Number 3, the Lexus ES 350. This is the car dentist's drive to the country club and mechanics drive to 300,000 miles. 2GRFE V6 as the GS and Avalon. Same bulletproof 6-speed automatic. But the ES adds Lexus-grade sound insulation, interior materials that outlast most marriages, and a suspension tuned for comfort that still handles competently. Why does the ES rank above the GS? Volume. Lexus sold way more ES models, which means parts availability is better and resale values are more predictable. Also, the front-wheel drive layout is simpler and cheaper to maintain than the GS's rear-wheel drive system. The 2016 to 2018 models are the sweet spot. Lexus added modern safety tech, adaptive cruise lane keeping assist, blind spot monitoring without sacrificing mechanical simplicity. The weaknesses? Door lock actuators fail around 200,000 miles. The dashboard can develop micro cracks in extreme heat. These are $500 problems, not $5,000 problems. But here's what I love about the ES. It's invisible. Cops don't notice it. Thieves don't want it. And it never breaks down. You can drive an ES 350 for 15 years, put 300,000 miles on it, and it'll still start every morning without complaint. Also, Lexus maintained rigorous service intervals. Every ES that comes into my shop has a full service history because Lexus owners actually follow the maintenance schedule. Number 2, Toyota Camry 2012-2017 2AR-V engine. Number 2, the Toyota Camry with the 2.5-liter 2AR-V engine, specifically the 2015-2017 models. This is the most boring, most reliable, most utterly predictable car on the planet, and that's exactly why it's number 2. The 2AR-FE engine is Toyota's masterclass in conservative engineering. Chain-driven cams, port fuel injection only, no direct injection carbon buildup, and a valve train so simple a caveman could rebuild it. This engine will run forever on 5W30 synthetic oil changed every 5,000 miles. The 6-speed automatic Toyota's U660E is equally unstoppable. Fluid changes every 60,000 miles and it'll hit 300,000 without a hiccup. Why 2015-2017? Toyota redesigned the Camry in 2015, adding modern safety features while keeping the proven 2AR engine. Avoid the 2018 Plus models, they switched to an 8-speed auto that's still proving itself. The only weakness? Pre-2015 models can experience torque converter shudder around 100,000 miles. It's fixable with a fluid change, but the 2015 Plus models don't have this issue. Here's the brutal truth. If you want to drive a car to 300,000 miles with zero drama, buy a 2015-2017 Camry with the 4-cylinder. Change the oil. Replace the transmission fluid. Drive it. That's it. Resale value stays high. Parts are everywhere, and every mechanic in America knows how to fix it. It's not exciting, but it works. Number 1. Toyota Avalon 2013-2018 2GR-FE V6. And here we are, number 1, the undisputed king of 300,000 mile reliability, the Toyota Avalon with the 2GR-FE V6. This is the car mechanics buy for themselves, because we know the 2GR-FE engine in the Avalon is understressed. Toyota detuned it to 268 horsepower, well below its capability, which means it's loafing at highway speeds. Less stress equals longer life. I've personally seen Avalons with 400,000 miles on the original engine and transmission. The platform is shared with the Camry, but Toyota gives the Avalon better sound deadening, higher grade interior materials, and a softer suspension tune. You get Lexus level comfort with Toyota level reliability. Critical years, 2016 to 2018. Toyota refreshed the 4th generation Avalon in 2016, adding modern safety tech and refining the interior. These are the last Avalons before Toyota switched to the new platform and started experimenting with different powertrains. The weaknesses? Valve cover gaskets can leak around 180,000 miles, $400 fix. Front struts wear out around 200,000 miles, $600 fix. That's it. Here's why the Avalon beats even the Camry. Nobody wants them. Buyers think they're old people cars. That means depreciation is massive. A 2017 Avalon with 60,000 miles sells for $18,000, half what it cost new. You're buying a car engineered for 300,000 miles, built with Lexus quality materials for the price of a used Accord. That's insane value. And because Avalon buyers are typically older and meticulous about maintenance, you're getting a car that's been babied its entire life. So there you have it, 10 cars that will outlast your career, your mortgage, and every trend the auto industry throws at you. Notice a pattern? Most of these are Toyotas and Lexuses. That's not bias, that's a reality. Toyota figured out longevity engineering decades ago, and they never stopped perfecting it. But here's the secret the dealerships don't want you to know. You don't need to buy new. Every car on this list is available used for a fraction of its original cost, with 200,000 miles of life still in it. The auto industry wants you buying new every 5 years. They want you trapped in loans, worried about depreciation, and convinced that high mileage means the end of the road. But mechanics know better. We see the cars that survive. We see the engines that refuse to die. And we're telling you, buy smart, maintain religiously, and drive these things into the ground. Hit subscribe if you want more truth the auto industry hates. And drop a comment. Which car are you targeting for? Your 300,000 mile journey. I'll see you in the next one.